Something we've come across recently which really pushes further the idea that an EOT has to be done for long-term intentions. Before we had changes in the rules in the last 2 budgets, a lot of people would come to us saying, we want to sell tax-free, so we heard an EOT is the best way to do that. Well, yes, it used to be 100% relief, now it's only 50%. But there was always the commercial conversation. Is this right for the business? Is the business going to thrive under employee ownership? And many do. But most importantly, what happens if the EOTs want to sell? Now, before it would be the EOT itself is going to have a tax charge. So when there was 100% relief, it normally had no base cost. So the full proceeds exposed to CGT. Then they've got to repay any of the remaining deferred consideration from the original vendors. Then they can distribute the rest of the proceeds to the employees, but even then the employees pay tax as if it's employment income because of a case called Brumley and Milner. The issue we've now come across is that the disqualifying event rules at section 236P treat the EOT to have immediately before the actual sale disposed of the shares and acquired them for market value. Now, that's fine if they then get cash in the next day and they pay the CGT liability by the end of January following the end of the tax year. But in the case that we've now come across, it's £20 million cash, £40 million loan notes and shares. So normally you sell for loan notes and shares, you get section 135 allowing you to roll over and defer the gain on the, in our case, £40 million worth of shares and loan notes. Under 236P though, we've got a sale and reacquisition at £60 million. There's no loan notes and shares in that deemed disposal. So full CGT on 60 million. And then they immediately sell, but they've rebased to the 60 million. So the effect of section 135 is nothing. So when an EOT gets an offer like that, they're really going to have to think about whether the upfront cash can fund the CGT liability, any deferred tax, because then the employees potentially are getting very little of the net proceeds until the loan notes and shares are finally redeemed.
As always, like, comment, share. It lets me know that these videos are well received, and if you have any comments or interpretation of this legislation, really interested to hear everyone's thoughts.